Yeah, so another FSD drive, another short drive. So I want to test it in some places, so that's why I've added that stop. Not necessarily that because I'm going to that destination. We'll be driving through some neighborhoods, and I'm here, guys. We'll be driving through some neighborhoods, with various speed zones. In the last video, I was telling you how you know it did not, even though it recognized the speed zone, even though it recognized the speed zone, it was still driving above the speed limits, which does not make sense and kind of defeats the entire purpose of it recognizing the speed zone in the first instance. So before, it would not even recognize the speed zone. So right now, it's a maximum 50. We're coming up on a 30 zone very shortly. If you can see it right there, that's 30. So I would see if it changes this time. Okay, this time around it did not change. So it does not recognize it this time around. So I think it's still a hit or miss kind of thing. And with this showing 15, if not for this bus right in front of us, if the road or the coast was clear, it's gonna blast through and do more than 30, do 50. Okay, now the coast is clear. Let's see what it's gonna do. It says maximum 50, so we'll see. Yeah, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. So it's kind of interesting, and this is why it's showing me 50 for 45, 46. But then even though the road is clear, it's able to drive up to that speed. It still wasn't driving up to that speed. But I know that's for sure not because it knew that it's a 30 zone or anything. That school is not open today, so could do its thing technically. But yeah, this is a big safety risk. If the car can't recognize a school zone, a playground zone, it is a big safety risk. Because there's a reason why cars are expected to go 30 kilometers per hour or below in a playground or school zone, because children can be stupid sometimes. They do what's not reasonable. So if you're moving at a certain speed, you are able to control. Otherwise, it becomes impossible, and then you might become fatal. So it's kind of weird. Now it's going over 50 in that 50 zone. So is it that it knows somehow that okay, this is a zone where I have to slow down? I can't explain, but yeah, that's my observation. Let me, if you have any explanation as to why that is, if you have any insights to that, please oblige me. I will be happy to hear. So there was something I wanted to talk about as we're doing this test. So with all the political stuff that's been happening, in one of my previous videos, I talked about why you should be able to own whatever you want to own. Oh, this is weird. Oh, okay, this is where he wants to go through. That's fine. because I could go through here as well. I was hoping it would go through here actually. That was why I wanted to do this test, because there are some zones in there, but it's gone here already. So what I'm just gonna do is I'm just gonna remove. Okay, is it back now? So I'm gonna remove this stop and done. So I'll let it recalibrate. So it's gonna move back. I know it has to move back. Anyway, so I was talking about how you should be able to own whatever you want to own without people damaging your property. Have you guys seen that video where a Tesla supercharger was burnt down? You might not like what Elon is doing, but I think going as far as committing a crime, committing arson, I think that is too much. That is too much. With all the trade, war from the US, between the US and Canada and whatnot, I understand people are edgy, people are agitated. But when you do that kind of thing, you think you're hurting Elon? No. The company is going to pay for it. They're going to do another, fix it, do it. But in the meantime, in the news that, the video I just showed you guys, the news, the guy, one of the broadcaster was mentioning that, a woman was saying that she came to that particular, supercharger with just 7% juice left. And so with just 7% left, and she had to drive 10 minutes to get to that point. So with just 7% left, she can't do anything technically. She's kind of a sitting duck, So if someone is going on a trip, then they are stuck. That's not fair. So actions like that, I understand people are hungry, you are happy, but doing that solves nothing. It fixes absolutely nothing. You're only making lives difficult for the average person. The average person like you, who is also probably not happy with the situation, but they've probably owned this Tesla for a while. But even if they don't own it for a while, even if they just bought it after Elon started doing what it's doing, it's their right to do what they want to do, And I would argue that if you're someone who has been dreaming to like own a Tesla or wants to own an EV, like as far as the North American market still goes, a Tesla is still the best EV to own. For one, because of the supercharging network. Like if you need to use that charger to move around from place to place, a Tesla is still the only, it's still like your only option. Or not let me say your only option, see your best option. Every other option, the charging is probably hit or miss. But for the Tesla supercharging network, it's really good. So if you've been, I would argue that if you've been, dreaming, hoping to own one, now is like the best time. I hear they've started the 0% financing in the UK, in the US on the Model 3s, because they are not selling. I know they'll soon do the same probably here in Canada, maybe extend it to Model Y as well. So because they are not selling. So if you're someone who's been, I would like to own one of those things, this is like your best bet. So should that mindset that you're making him richer, you're giving him more power, that's not necessarily the case. At the end of the day, you have to watch out for yourself. So it kind of makes me sad that people would go, oh man, I'm yawning a lot this morning. Whether it's sleep, whether it's hunger, I don't even know. It's kind of sad that people would go that far. Come on. Yeah. If you're not happy with him, show your anger with your money. Then be the one who wouldn't buy it. or if you own the stock, sell off and move somewhere else. The stocks are tanking anyway, and that's one, plus approval rating. And now with the trade war declared by the US president, it's just it's just gonna go worse. So that's another Tesla. I'm seeing more and more of these things here. Oh, 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 oh. The map says go straight. And it's turning. It's still gonna. Wow. 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 This is wild. This was a curveball I didn't see happening. I'm here, guys. I'm here. Like, it's supposed to go straight. Well, it's supposed to go straight. It didn't. Then it came in here. And now it wants to go and come out. Nah. I'm gonna end the trip and then I'm gonna do it again. So now it corrected itself. Wow. Wow. You see why I said this thing is hit or miss? Like, it does really good in one moment and then the next moment it goes crazy. Especially in like the inner streets. On the highway, like you saw the trip from Calgary to Elkford, it was smooth. Wow. Okay, there is a stop sign here. I hope it sees it. Okay. Okay, yes. Even with the car there, picked it up. Okay. Wow. If it was going to just go through this route, I wouldn't have to end it and restart the trip, but it's kind of weird. Okay, I'm gonna take over because I just want to go, park it in the garage straight up. But yeah, that's the submission of my drive this morning. Oh, I gotta wait for the boss. So, you know, a couple of things to chime in on. Tesla is still acting irrationally. And then secondly, you know, should you burn people's, properties? Should you damage people's stuff? Should you damage people's stuff? Simply because you do not agree with the founder of the company that produced that stuff? Should you? I think the answer is no, but of course, I'm open to dialogue. Let me hear your thoughts. And let me hear what your thoughts on these are. So when I went out earlier on, I forgot to bring down the garage door. I'm gonna check the camera and hope that nothing has happened. I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers.